What's up, my fellow creators? Welcome, guys. I hope you're having a beautifully, phenomenally blessed day. Thank you for being here for a moment with Topics with Becky. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel down below, set that notification bell so you always know when the next video does go live. And guys, I just want to tell you, it's a true honor being here, sharing these tips and tricks with you. My prayer is that they fall upon your heart, and so that you can begin to see that you do have options in life, and that you have the power to make the best decisions for you, for your highest good, for your highest purpose, your highest path. All right. Thank you again for allowing me your most precious asset, your time. And today we are going down the rabbit hole with Into the Darkness we go. We're going to the darkness. Mommy, I'm a little scared. I don't like it when it's dark outside. Okay, guys, sorry. I'm just being a little goofy. I'm a really goofy person. So sometimes it comes out on the videos and other times it doesn't. But I'm a really goofy person. So, guys, Into the Darkness. AKA shadow work, right? We hear a lot of people, oh, did you do your shadow work? Did you go into the darkness? Did you embrace the darkness? Did you get that done? The darkness. It's accepting those things about ourselves that we don't like, right? And I think that's really hard because in societies, there's this real belief that we have to be somebody that we're not. We have to fit into some cookie cutter version of what life is. And that's so unfair because everybody is so unique and everybody has something so beautiful to offer the whole world. And yet when you're striving to fit into this belief, this societal construct, the way that your parents were, the way that your friends are, all this stuff around you, you miss out on the most beautiful aspect of life, and that's to be unapologetically you. Well, the only way to get into this energy of being unapologetically you is to really look at and experience the things that you went through when you were a child, when you were a teenager, and when you were a young adult. Whether that was somebody did something to you, whether that was you doing something to somebody else, whether it was just circumstances that happened to surround you at that time, this is what Into the Darkness means, right? It's part of embracing femininity. To go into shadow work is to do something that is by nature feminine, because you think about the moon waxes and it wanes. Right? And that's what shadow work is. Sometimes it waxes and sometimes it wanes. Sometimes you got to do some, sometimes you don't have to do it because you're in integration mode. So in order to go within, we have to realize that that truly is acceptance and nurturing. To go into the darkness, you have to be in a space or in a state of mind of being able to nurture and accept yourself, even if what you find isn't pretty. Right? And being able to say that's okay. It's okay that that's not pretty. It's okay that that's not perfect. It's okay that I messed up. It's okay that I didn't do something that I was supposed to be doing. You know, and instead what ends up happening is people, they get so stuck on the judgmental side of themselves that now the emotional ego comes in and that masculine energy takes over, and it's not bad. Okay, I don't want people to start thinking, oh, well, it's all the masculine. No, it's not. It's not about that. The masculine energy is just to constantly be on the go and to be better. The feminine energy is receptive energy, right? And it's hard for us to receive. And in receiving, that's also acceptance, right? You accept. To receive is to accept. And so when you practice time out of your week, your day, to really integrate and to go into shadow work, it's to learn about yourself. So say you are a messy person. I don't know. This is just an example. This used to be me. I used to be a messy person. And I didn't like that about myself, but I never changed. And so finally I changed. And it was like in changing, I had to ask myself, why was I a messy person? Well, they oftentimes say a clean house is a happy house, but they also say that the state of your home is the state of your mind. And I didn't understand this until I started to change my ways and I started organizing myself. And then when I started organizing myself, I was able to start organizing my thoughts. You see, it was just something that I had to be willing to go in and work on. It was something that I had to be willing to experience. And that was something that I was really embarrassed about by myself too. Like, somebody would get into my car would be crazy, and I'd just be like, sorry about the mess, and but I never change it. And now, like, my car is pretty clean, like, I mean, with the exception of the dog hair, because I take the dogs with me everywhere, but you know what I mean. Like, there are just some things that you can't help, right? And it's just something that you have to really look into. You have to really see. I think I brought this up on another video, but like with my dog, there was a time and period where I stopped paying attention to her in all aspects. I stopped showing her love. I stopped showing her kindness because I was with a narcissistic ex who would constantly be jealous if I gave her attention over him, and it would cause a lot of problems between us. And so it was, rather than dealing with those problems, I would just alter the way that I was and not love her, because it was easier to do that than it was to deal with the fights, to deal with the anger, to deal with the yelling, to deal with the disagreements or whatever it was, or trying to validate him in how he felt. Right? You can't always win, though. Like, you can't always have it your way. Like, it's just not going to work that way. Like, and you have to realize that on this journey, even with yourself. And so part of me going into the darkness was accepting that I'm capable of doing that. I'm capable of completely shutting myself off to external love. And that has been a huge trigger for me, is to open myself up to love, because it is something that is so very scary for me. I was in so many situations where I gave unconditionally, and I was only given under condition, right? And so I only learned how to accept under condition, aka when I was validated by somebody else, when I was approved by somebody else for doing a certain act or thing or whatever. And so along this journey, as I've been learning about myself, I had to go back and understand why I walked away from an animal who, no matter what, at the end of the day, loves me as I am in this now moment, not because I have something for her, not because I am somebody to her. It's because her and I have been together her whole life. And that was really hard for me, but that's what the darkness is. And I bring this up because I know a lot of people don't agree with that. Well, they think, oh, well, you should have chose her over him anyways. And it's like, now, yes, I understand that. But then I didn't see that because I felt like I didn't have any choice. And you can say that it's easy, but I understand it's not. It's not easy. You don't always feel like you have a choice. The power is within you, but there's so many people that struggle with the choice because it's the what if. Well, what if this goes wrong? What if that goes wrong? And instead of just saying, you know what if something goes right? We always go immediate to the wrong. We always go to the, well, what if this happens? What if they do that? What if this goes on? What if that goes on? And it's upsetting. It's upsetting, and it disconnects you from yourself, right? So acceptance was seeing that I'm capable of doing all the same things as my ex. Capable of being a narcissist, capable of being unstable, capable of being a holy terror. These are just things that you have to accept. Even if you've hurt somebody, if you broke somebody's heart, or if you said something you didn't mean to somebody, can you accept that with love and just say, you know what, I'm human too, and I understand that's just a part of it. This is what going into the darkness means, to be the mother to yourself that you need. And the mother, no matter what, a mother will love their child. And I know there are some circumstances where they don't. And so those are just those times when those mothers didn't get nurturing either. But you think about a nurturing mother, no matter what her child does, she still loves her child. Right? You hear those silly statements, oh, only a face a mother could love, right? Like things like that. Why? Because a mother loves their child no matter what, because there's a bond there that cannot be broken. And that's exactly the kind of bond that you need to create with yourself. You need to start looking yourself in the eye in the mirror and say how much you love yourself, how much you adore yourself, and more importantly, how much you accept yourself. And as the darkness arises, not to run from it, not to compartmentalize it, not to push it away and say, no, I'll deal with that another day. When the dust becomes revealed from underneath the rug, you best pick up that dustpan and pick that shit up and throw it away. All right. And what does that mean? Just feeling the feelings that you have, crying it out, being angry, being mad, being upset, being depressed in that moment. It's all things that you have to experience, as the human range of emotion is huge. So whatever comes up with it, experience that and let it come until it doesn't come anymore. Don't keep trying to repress it, because the more you repress it, the more that feeling just keeps dragging out. You know, I always say crying, because crying is something I've done so much on this journey. Yes, I'm a Pisces. I know Pisces are emotional. But understanding that just that's something, I stopped crying for so long and I didn't know what it was to cry anymore. And so when I started to shed my past and things that I had gone through, I realized that to feel it as it's coming was just a much better situation, because as soon as I felt it, I was able to let it go, and it felt like everything was okay. And the things I was, felt like I was neglected at times. I felt like I wasn't heard at times. And then to cry about those things and to cry the tears. I mean, sometimes I would cry like I did when my brother died. Sometimes I would cry like when my mom died, when I finally let myself cry again. Right. And it was just like, experience the death of your ego. It's truly a grieving moment, and you have to allow yourself to grieve it. And grief has all different stages, right? What is there, 5 stages in grief? Let me see. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just going to look it up real quick. What are the 5 stages of grief? Denial, isolation, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Exactly. Go through the denial, go through the isolation, go through the anger, go through the bargaining, go through the depression, and then get to the acceptance stage. That's what it is to have an egoic death. It's the same thing as dealing with someone that has passed, except you're losing a part of yourself that has kept you in a box, that's kept you stuck in place, in stagnation. Let it go. Okay? So go into the darkness. Don't be afraid of the darkness, because there's something beautiful there, and the darkness will only flee once you shine the light, and you are the light. This is what I have for you guys. I love you so very much. Thank you for joining me for this Topics with Becky. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel down below, set that notification bell so you always know when the next video does go live. And with that being said, until next time, go forth boldly, my fellow creators, and courageously find creative ways to rise above in life, laughter, and love. Until we meet each other again. Mwah. Peace out. I love y'all. Bye.